Look,
Taylor.
say listen. Oh,
Listen.
oh, it's a podcast about Pokemon and other things. That's right. It's Look, Listen with Geese and Guyera. Taylor here too, also taking over for Geese. As you are maybe aware, Geese is not here this week, but that's okay. She'll be back next week. Taylor,
Allegedly.
it's actually probably a very good thing she's not here today, and I'll tell you why. Because she would be so upset and so disappointed by what I'm about to tell you.
Oh, no.
Oh, girls.
What happened? Birdwatchers got canceled.
No, I drained all the money from my savings. Went to took out all the money from savings.
Nice.
Found any account I have ever had with anything in it. Drained it all. Because, guys, here's the thing.
Betting it all on black.
I should have done that. There's a big sale going on. And I've wanted one forever. And they're throwing in a year of Netflix Premium, which is worth $300-something just right there. Guys, I bought a PSVR 2.
Oh, sick.
Because it's the big sale right now for only a week or something. And it's lots of bones off.
It's 100, right?
At the end of the day, I'd be losing money not buying it.
Yeah. Yeah, that adds up. I ran the numbers.
Taylor's shaking his head a little bit.
No, nodding it.
No, it's good. It's good. No, because think about it. Netflix Premium worth $300, $400, $100 off the PSVR 2. I'm making money, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they did deny my request to pay in full due to bad credit, but that's okay. We'll just
that's fine.
It's fine. We'll just I'm gonna watch my pennies. Completely unrelated. I was laughing at a medical bill I got sent. It's I'm being sent to collections for $10, and I said, "You guys are being silly because it's worth nobody's time anywhere along this line." Also, I don't believe I owe that $10. Just off the top, I paid stinking Kaiser Permanences. I go in every time and I pay them their stupid money every time. Where's this extra bonus $10 coming from? You just made it up. But I yes, Taylor?
I've told you about my crutches dispute, right?
No, but let me finish real quick and then you give me the crutches story. Okay.
Get ready for that.
Well, I don't think the $10 is real. And I'm just laughing at the letter, the certified mail they sent. You're being sent to collections for $10. And again, much like PSVR 2 numbers, or PSVR 2 price, I ran the numbers in my head and I said, it would be funny to be sent to collections for $10 because there's got to be somebody, some reasonable human being somewhere along the line that would look at it and go, we're wasting way more than $10 on this.
Oh, it's just so funny.
You know what my hourly rate is? And I'm dealing with, you know how many people have dealt with this $10? So
I'll tell you, best case scenario in that situation would be they don't tell the people dealing with the case the amount.
Yeah. But anyway, I looked up online other people having collections notices for such small amounts, and everybody was just pay it immediately. It's not worth the collections hit. And I went, fine, I'll pay them $10.
Don't do it.
It's too late.
Let it go to. Oh, that's okay.
Too late. It's so silly.
I have gone to collections. Sorry, go ahead.
Now time for Taylor's Crutches collection story of the week.
Well, I've gotten a lot of farcical medical bills. And as everybody knows, I have surgeries every year. So I'm constantly...
Everybody knows.
Fully caught up on any deductible and out-of-pocket.
You show me one person who doesn't know this.
I can't.
Go ahead.
So they send me a medical bill. And I actually talked to the collections people because this is such a farce to me. I had my knee opened, had a very complicated procedure performed. My kneecap was moved over. I could not leave my bed for 2 weeks. It might have actually been 3 weeks the first time. And that's literally, I could not get out of my bed.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? They send me a medical bill that says, we aren't covering the crutches that you went home with. Now, the hospital billing department is calling me about this, and I'm saying, what? Like, one, I'm covered on everything. Like, I should 100% be covered. So you need to talk to insurance. They say, well, you should really pay us. And I say, that's what insurance is for. Good luck with that. So insurance calls me. And they still call me about this, by the way. It's like...
They're never going to recover, girl.
It's like under $500, but it's for crutches. And I said the first time I talked to them, I said, there's no way a reasonable insurance company would not cover this. My exact words were, did you expect me to tap dance my way out of the procedure into the car where I drive home and live my life? Like, is that what you think happened? And eventually, it just goes back and forth. I was very nice. Sometimes collections people can be rough around the edges, but these people were actually kind of nice because it's such a ridiculous situation.
They hire ex-goons.
Oh, that's what my old loan for college collections were.
Lackeys.
When they were threatening me, and I said, what, you sound like the mob. Like, what are you going to come break my kneecaps? I'm trying to pay you. That was a whole big old thing with Sally Mae years ago. But I'm talking to these people, and they said, okay, you know what? We're just going to talk to you later. We'll see how this goes. So for collections to say that, the whole idea of collections companies and insurance and doctors is so inane. It's very silly. But well, I'm still on the hook for that one.
Ooh, maybe one day. Just next time you have to have a bunch of people pick you up.
Well, that's what I was. So eventually, like, the conversation did evolve to me saying, "Did you want 6 people to move me without disturbing the surgered area?"
Sure.
Sure. And they're just saying, I really don't know. Maybe a wheelchair. And I said, if you didn't cover crutches, you think they were going to cover a wheelchair? And they said, I don't know. I'm going to call the hospital. And I was like, okay, you can do whatever. It's very.
I'm excited to play PSVR 2. I actually stopped playing Resident Evil 4 Remake because there's a VR mode. It wasn't out at the time. Not that it would matter. But I said, wait. I'd rather just experience this in VR. So let me just wait until I get a PSVR 2. So now I can finally play that. And another thing, guys, that really, what's the word I'm looking for? It added to my decision to do this. PlayStation just announced they're adding PSVR 2 games to PlayStation Plus. So I'm going to have all these free games to play. So might as well. I mean, come on now. It only makes sense.
So I haven't played Resident Evil 4 before at all. I've seen some clips of it. I know there's somebody with a trench coat that sells you items that people like.
Yeah, people like him.
As far as being scary, one of my best PSVR experiences was when you and I played Resident Evil 7. And I was playing on the headset before we went to just TV mode. And I got to a door. I don't know if you remember this. It was pretty early on in the game. I moved forward, saw a door in virtual reality. It's so shadowy and scary that I just said, nope. And I just stopped. And I've never had an experience that visceral in a game before.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Unfortunately, 4 is nowhere near as scary as 7. But 8, Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 8 does have a VR mode as well. So I'm excited to mess around in that. Overall, 8 is less scary than 7, but a lot of people would argue there are moments in 8 that are scarier than anything in 7. But
those highs are going to be fun in VR.
Those whos?
The highs, like the scary points.
Yes. But that's enough on that. Thank you, Geese, for what's new with Geese this week. It's now time to move on to watching, playing, and eating. This week, everybody, I watched the Sony State of Play conference, and let me tell you, I'm so excited about Astrobot. This game looks like it's going to be so much fun. It's coming out soon, and I was so excited the entire trailer, him flying on the PS5 and everything, and then when they show the title card, and it's just Astrobot, I went, oh, so good!
You know what I wanted that announcement to be? Or I still kind of want it to be a shadow announcement of the PS5 Pro, where they've already given us the release date via Astrobot.
I don't know if Astrobot's going to be the PS5 Pro reveal.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably Bloodborne too, or Bloodborne Remastered.
I would lose my mind. Oh my god.
Miyazaki comes out on stage. We finally have a device strong enough to run Bloodborne at 60 frames. It's me, Hideaki's Miyazaki's.
We made you quite the game. Get ready.
So Team Asobi knocked it out of the park. On the other hand, Silent Hill 2 looks like absolute... Now, we don't swear on this podcast. What do the kids say these days? Dog water?
Yeah.
It looks so bad. And this is coming from such a big Silent Hill 2 fan. I don't know if you guys know how much I adore Silent Hill. I've got all the Silent Hills. I don't have any games on disc, but I have them all on disc in the other room. Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, all of them. It's... Oh, boy. Poor Silent Hill, that series. Just, I've never seen anyone treated so poorly.
It's really rough.
God.
I looked at the screenshot that I saw of the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I just thought, yeah, after all this time, this is, you just lifted the graphics from your pachinko machines. I see how it is.
The character design's terrible, and Bloober is making it. And again, I don't want to be somebody who's complaining, talking about stuff is bad, but listen, Bloober, they're not good.
What have they made?
Fellas, they made the Blair Witch game we tried to Let's Play and hated.
Oh, that was them. They did their best.
And they made Layer of Fear and Layers of Fears. And I don't want to be mean, but when I was trying to play one of their games at PAX or something, the guy was really, really smelly. So,
oh, no.
Bad hygiene. All right, let's move on to eating. It's been weeks, but I finally took advantage of Buffalo Wild Wings, endless buffalo, boneless buffalo wings and fries. And my goal was to try to hit about 50 cents a wing. So it's only $19.99. So if as long as I eat about 40 wings, I feel like I've done a good job savings-wise.
That should be easy.
Yeah, it should be easy. I mean, they're pretty big boneless wings, honestly. But yeah, I accomplished my goal. The table next to me, they were very impressed because they were disappointed in their performance. They said, "Oh man, we only got to like 20-something," and they asked me how many I had, and they went, "Oh man, good job."
What was your final count?
It's like, I think it was 36 because I would have gone over 40 with an additional 6. But like I said to you, I had to work that day. If I didn't have to work that day, if I could just lay in bed, I would have eaten more. But because I had to go to work immediately after eating all these wings, I had to stop. I tried a bunch of flavors, but at the end of the day, honey barbecue is still the best one. So that's the majority of what I ate was the honey barbecue.
Did you notice a big difference in quality?
No, they're good.
And how long is the promotion?
I saw the answer to that question. It's June or July.
Okay, sick.
Let me see if I screenshot it because I found the answer on just a random city's news page.
Interesting.
Guess they didn't have anything else going on.
Probably Wisconsin.
I can't find it.
I'd love to know the metrics that they're working with now, and I'd really like to see the numerical breakdown of this event, like building up to it and the aftermath.
It's funny because when they announced it on their social media platforms, they said, "Please don't bankrupt us" on the image. And the receipt is fun because the receipt prints out every refill of wings you get and the flavor. So that's fun. Yeah. So Mondays and Wednesdays, hurry before the promotion ends. Also, I'm very excited about, this is kind of related. Panda Express has new spicy hot orange chicken, and I can't wait to try it.
That's going to be so good.
All right, Taylor, we're moving on to your watching, playing, and eating of the week. Take it away.
Speaking of Bloodborne, I watched a movie that, much like Berserk, is something that was running in the 80s. This film was a 1985 movie called Angel's Egg. It's described as an experimental anime. So the art style is very interesting. When you watch it, I do recommend that people watch it. Maybe don't be afraid to speed it up a little bit, because it's a lot of lingering shots where it's just 30 seconds of one panel and it's like, oh no, I'm just looking at the storyboard. Interesting movie. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's very important, certainly today, because it's just watching Bloodborne. Like a lot of the frames in that movie, you can say, oh, this is Bloodborne. So it's very much worth watching if you like that universe, including like the fishing hamlet kind of idea. There are a lot of fishermen in this movie. Eating, I had a deep dish pie. Haven't had a deep dish pie in, I'm going to say, more than 10 years.
I don't like deep dish pies.
Well, I had one. At Masa in Echo Park.
At Manja?
Nah, not Manja. That's been way more than 10 years. I love their cups. Love their to-go cups. But
they don't exist anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Taylor's so sad.
I'm very distraught. That's very sad to me.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Yeah, I just don't like seeing places that really try, and they seemed like they were just doing their best, and they opened up a second location and a third, and I guess if they went under, that's unfortunate.
I don't remember if it was COVID that did it, but yeah, last I checked, Manja does not exist. That was a pizza place, in Austin or something?
Austin, yeah.
Oh, well.
They were doing well. I was actually worried that they were becoming too corporate whenever... air quotes on that one, but
you used to be cool, Manja Pizza.
Yeah, now you're just like the other shills.
They had an alligator, a crocodile on the front cover of the restaurant.
Yeah, one of those two things. Oh, I saw in the news recently that a woman was found in the mouth of an alligator by my mom's house.
Ooh,
so that was
don't let your mom play with the alligators anymore.
Yeah, kind of a. Meh sort of week for me. Most of my playing was Pokemon Go PvP. I need like 3 more wins to get my 300 for the season, which gives you good rewards. And then just playing Destiny 2. The last expansion comes out in like 4 days.
We already had the final shape?
No, we are about to have the final shape. I think. I don't know. The last one was just so bad. But post Sony stepping in and saying, no, you guys, we can't keep doing this. Kind of clearing out the Activision staff, I think, made it a very good product.
Taylor, I have a question regarding Poké News of the Week. Are we ready to move on to Poké News of the Week?
I think we are ready to move on to Poké News.
Poké News of the Week. Let's get the first Cerebi update out first, which is the Pokemon Center website soft launch for Australia and New Zealand, also known, isn't that area sometimes called New Caledonia? Or is that a different place entirely?
Isn't it Oceania?
Oceania is what I'm looking for, except I think that's too many E's. I think it's Oceania. Please write in to lookinandcast@gmail.com with any geography corrections.
New Caledonia sounds real sick.
Yeah. Well, look it up. Soft launch for Australia and New Zealand is now live, offering various items to purchase. Guys, I feel bad for the Australians that had to wait this long to have a Pokemon Center. Stinks for them. But congratulations on your success now.
Oh, wait, I thought this was a big global thing, and they were honored with the first one. This is their first one.
Yeah, they've never had an Australia Pokemon Center. So
and
it's just the website, not even a store.
And they're right next to Japan.
That's what I was saying. They're right there. But, I mean, I guess when you run the number... How many times are we going to say, run the numbers this week?
I want to see the metrics.
But anyway, I guess if you run the numbers, the United States is putting a lot more money in Japan than Australia is. But my question to you is, I know that I mentioned a couple weeks ago that we're getting new community days, but did I mention on the podcast that it's going to be Goomy and Cyndaquil?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well... Guys, get excited for shiny Goomies and shiny Cyndaquils. And remember, you're going to need, if you're starting from scratch, you're going to need 5 shiny Goomies and 4 shiny Cyndaquils, because you need Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion, and then Hisuian Typhlosion. So you're going to have to move one of them over to Legends Arceus to evolve into Hisuian Typhlosion. And for Goomy, you're going to need Goomy, Slagoo, and Goodra. And then you need to send 2 Goomy over to Legends Arceus and evolve them into Hisuian Slagoo and Hisuian Goodra. So,
is Goomy the pseudo-legendary for that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, pseudo-legendary... why am I saying again? This is the first time I'm telling you. Not again. For the first time.
Run the numbers.
Pseudo-legendary isn't an official term or anything. And it doesn't make that much sense. But it's typically Dragon type, 600 BST, is that right? They're very strong. They're near the end of a Pokedex in each generation.
Yeah.
like, the Dragonites, your Tyrannosaurs, what have you. Salamences. And to further defend my purchase of a PSVR 2, remember, they just announced they'll work with PC soon, too.
Yeah. So you're going to do Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 8. What are the other games you're looking forward to?
Some stuff that's, been out for a long time.
I just want them to do...
Beat Saber.
another... You're going to love Beat Saber. Again, so Dino City Droppers was such a good experience for me, and they just don't do stuff like that. It's all... I wish it hadn't turned into what it is, which is just it's just a first-person shooter thing.
The PlayStation Showcase actually showed a very cool-looking PSVR 2 game as well.
It's so good for strategy games. Just being able to move around and look at a strategy game as if it's a board is such a cool concept.
I'm going to play Moss 2 and finish Moss 1, honestly.
Is it good?
Yeah, Moss is great. And I'm going to sit and patiently wait for them to port Half-Life Alyx, which I bet my life is going to happen.
Oh, of course it is.
Okay. And now it is time to discuss an episode of Pokemon, Taylor.
Sick.
Taylor, please say the name of the episode in English.
Shine Terastal, Dance Dance, Quaxly.
Or in Japanese,映えろテラスタル、ダンスダンスクワッス.
That's so sick. Previously on Pokemon, Dot embraces the idea of transformation across the board as she prepares for her Terastalizing exam. And Geese's one-sentence synopsis, will Dot be able to channel her new mindset into battle?
So we open with a Neeeew Thing video intro, and this week she's got a guest on her video. Who is it, Taylor?
It's Aya now.
Oh my god, and she gives her famous greeting in multiple language is Oha Kon Hello Chow, which of course would be Ohio gozaimasu is good morning, konnichiwa, hello, 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 and ciao, which is also hello.
I had to watch this intro 3 times because I just kept thinking, I must not be paying attention. They clearly announced something very big, and I missed it. So I rewatched the entire thing, and I was like, oh, they're just announcing that there's going to... Okay, all right. It's not much.
There was a piece of information here, though, that was important, which is they're still keeping Neeeew Thing's identity a secret.
Yes.
We learned in this video, because last week I was thinking, oh, so she's going to tell everybody that she's Neeeew Thing? Not the case.
That's what I thought they were doing, because she just kept saying, the girl that's in the Neeeew Thing costume.
Well, she didn't say that publicly, but this week she goes out of her way to say, oh, I hear you're going to be battling a trainer that has a Quaxly just like me. And then I realized, oh, it's still a big old secret.
That's good. Went into this episode worried that they were going to try to do too much with go all in on being okay being in public and unveil your identity.
You said unveil, and I wasn't sure it was the correct pronunciation.
You have also, over the years, you have goofed me. So every time I say it, I'm like, am I saying the right thing?
Yeah, probably not. So then they do the transition they've done a couple times, which is to reveal that this video we were watching is Dot actually editing and, or in this case, uploading the video. So many views right off the bat. So people love a good collab video. Am I right? Oh, man, guys. Collabos, if you pay attention to Dot's screen, you see all of the profile icons for all the commenters, and they're absolutely adorable. The first one kind of looks like the tail end of a Beldum, and then you see so I didn't write this, but I'm pretty sure it was a Drillbur and a Goomy. There's a Potion, a Spheal, a Diglett, a Mousehold, a very cute Trapinch, adorable Trapinch icon.
I actually have a question.
And an Oshawott.
I was wondering about this. What are some of your...
What?
You don't get to finish.
I just want to say that there was an Oshawott.
Which is good. I love Oshawott.
Okay, what girls were you going on about?
What are some of your favorite lines of Pokemon?
Oh, I like every Pokemon in the line? Toxtricity and Toxel, that's a good line. I love my boy Swinub, but Mamoswine, whatever.
They kind of messed up the eyes a little bit. I like the Ralts line and the Mareep line. I like both.
Reap, fantastic. You can't go around walking around saying you like the Ralts line girls.
Why? What's wrong with that? They're all sick.
We can't get into it on this podcast, but there's some real freaks out there that are into the Ralts line.
No. They're sick. They're very sick.
Sick of that.
They're all like opera performance themed.
I'll never forget. What was that, a Pokemon tournament? Playing against the kid that... all of his playmats are just Gardevoir in compromising positions.
Oh,
and he
no.
accused me of cheating because
Wait, that's the same one?
Because I was picking out different dice to roll, and he said, "I notice you pick out specific dice each time." And I said, "Yeah, I'm looking at which one looks lucky. You notice how I get tails more than half the time, so I'm not even... What are you complaining about?"
Yeah, if anything, my dice selection benefits you. I didn't know that was the same person. I think that should be... I think you should have to pass through your mat selection when you enter the tournament.
Yeah, they don't let just about anybody in there.
Yeah.
I had my Resident Evil playmat. I was sick. There was no gore on it. It was just Jill Valentine.
Being sick.
And I think Chris was on there too. Man, I missed that playmat. I don't know what happened to it. Pokemon episode. So Dot's waxing poetic, talking about, I guess, something Ino said to her about fighting true to myself. But what is true to myself? And then we get the intro song. We go straight back to Dot's room. So Dot is discussing this mysterious phrase with Liko and Roy, and I feel like Dot is doing about 100 times as much work as the other two kids in her preparation for her basics test, because she's running.
Yes.
She's running full battle simulation type matchup chart fantasy Pokemon battle drafts.
She's on PvP Poke or PV Poke.
I don't know what that is, but she's gonna buy it all. Don't quote me on this, because I may be messing up the translation, because I'm getting conflicting sources. It may just be an interesting little flavor they're using that would make sense if you're a native Japanese speaker, but they're talking about a word that's supposed to mean dazzle, like razzle dazzle 'em, like that is a big thing Ino is about. You dazzle them.
Yeah.
And I believe, not 100% sure, but I believe it's Baero. So they talk for a while, the kids. Eventually, Dot brings up a viral Neeeew thing moment.
It was kind of weird timing.
Okay. Because I was a little confused. Like, how did this come about? What in the conversation led to this? And then they discuss this viral Neeeew thing moment. And this, if I am reading this correctly, if I'm analyzing this children's program at a 12th grade level here.
If you're accurate in running the numbers?
Yes. I believe that this little goof, as they call it, on stream actually led to more people discovering Neeeew thing because this little clip went viral. So the fame and popularity she has, the notoriety, may indeed have a lot to do with this little clip of her trying to show how to throw a Pokeball and then tripping all over her green screen curtain thing.
Oh, so it was more about the fact that she went viral and less about the content of the video.
Sure. I mean, she was having fun still, right? Spoiler.
It's a good video.
Roy was losing it over the video, just laughing his little eyes out. He was crying. He was laughing so hard.
Very on point for his character.
I believe Dot gets a little bit annoyed at this point at Roy continuing to laugh. The boy won't stop his laughing.
It was very funny.
Then we cut to nighttime, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in this like little zoom out of her room they do, I believe I'm hearing Explorer's music, so I'm on edge.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So it's not just
it sounded like it was interesting music.
So at nighttime, Quaxly and Tink are sleeping, and Dot still studying all the battle matchups and watching footage of Ino's belly bolt battling, which is fun to say.
Her little kind of talk that she was giving herself about her strategy and everything was cracking me up, because she was saying, "Oh, I've got to use Quaxly's speed," and I wanted her so bad to say, "I'll just have him dodge it."
We cut to the next morning. Oh my god. Murdoch is fully dressed Owen Don style to cheer for not Bolt, to cheer for Dot.
And Bolt.
He's got a fan with her face on it, and Quaxly, and glow sticks, and bandanas. But, guys, Dot doesn't want the help. But Oreos and Ludlow and Noctowl are holding up a giant banner for them. Now,
So
guys,
funny.
I'm actually feeling a little bad for Liko and Roy, because the amount of support Dot is getting from, I guess she was with the Rising Bolt Tacklers longer. And also, maybe she has more promise.
I think she also contributes way more to their function.
I guess.
Like, Liko and Roy are along for the ride, but Dot's, anytime they need information, Dot's on it. I'm sure she's giving them money, too.
Oh, from her donations and subscribers and bits. But even, like, the school staff is, spoilers, showing up for her basics tests.
I don't think that was intentional. Spoilers.
Then we cut to the kids walking through Levincia, and whoever's the director of this episode, they were having such a fun time with their camera work. Whether it's the zoom out from earlier, or this little, when they're doing the feet Foley work and they've got the camera on their shoes, they're just having the time of their life.
Overall, the direction of this episode is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I'm going to town. And
Geese.
Call me Nostradamus, because immediately we see the explorers. And I say, I knew I heard that music last night by Dot's window. I don't know what that has to do with them being here. But so we see Sandwich and Onigiri hiding in the shadows. Looks like they're in an alley. If you ask Geese, I'm sure she will tell you that they're in the Green Goblin Alley, where all of Frito's fights took place.
LGM Alley. And
then we see... Taylor, who shows up to say hello?
None other than...
Who shows up?
None other...
Who shows up to say hello?
None other than Clive!
Clive from Final Fantasy 16?
No, Clive, because he's always pretending to be Clive in the Scarlet and Violet anime.
Spoilers. And wait, sorry. Those are two different people. So, Detector Principal Headmaster Clavel is here, of Naranja Academy. He finds it very suspicious that these evil explorers members are in Levincia, because they have no reason to be here. None of their studies should have them here. But then they do the cartoon anime thing and explain it away with him saying, "Oh, you must be here to watch Dot's basic test." Yeah. And then Onigiri. Which one's Sandwich and which one's Onigiri?
Sandwich is Sango.
That makes sense. So then Onigiri says, yeah, that's what we're here for.
So now, I'm thinking
that he actually knows what's up. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Is maybe he's playing dumb.
Cuz I don't think he showed up, and given the games, like knowing him from the games and how he acts there, I think that he only was there not to see Dot's match, but to follow them and see what they were up to.
Yeah, he's probably just playing dumb. Doesn't want them to know he knows that they're troublemakers.
Name one older person in an anime that is not borderline omniscient.
Yeah, just a big old genius. So, but the explorers end up slipping away as Clavel is looking at his phone to see what time the basics test is. Then we cut to dusk, everyone's favorite time of day. Dot finishes up all her arrangements, checking in for the basics test in, I suppose, the gym they're in.
Oh, that's a good point.
Clavel then walks up to the kids. And this is a cute scene. Roy just so excited, telling Clavel all about the Charizard he made.
So cute.
There's a couple instances in this episode where they have two groups of people talking at the same time. It was kind of fun. But so Dot and Liko are having a private conversation about Liko saying, "Dot, it's okay. You run off. Get ready for your test. We'll catch up." While Roy's just being a little boy, talking about how much fun he had in his basics test and all the cool stuff they saw, and Clavel going, oh, yeah, that's cool.
Roy is, I know I say this every time, but Roy is a very realistically written 10-year-old boy. And in his defense, I would absolutely be the most proud of that functional Charizard statue.
Incredible work, Roy. And then we cut to the battle circle. It's going to be Dot versus Ino. All the tadbulbs light up. The live stream is on.
Very sick.
The Disney music is going wild. Murdoch's cheering at home on the Great Salami, watching on the TV. Bellybolt, use Spark. Quaxly, run. Again. Water gun. Oh no, what's Ino gonna do? Just kidding. She knows exactly what to do, but first a commercial break. We come back from the commercial break.
Such a showman.
I believe at this point in the episode, Bellybolt is getting powered up by the ability Electromorphosis. See, when he's hit by an attack, such as perhaps maybe Water Gun, it boosts his next electrical move that he will use. Very exciting.
Which is a sick one.
We cut to Clavel talking to Dot about the importance of sleep and bathing. Okay.
Should have told that to the developers at Bluey or whatever it's called.
They did not make Bluey, don't.
Yeah.
Bloober.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, is it Bloober or Blooper?
I don't know.
You got me. It's Bloober. So while Clavel is talking about bathing, he sees Roy on his little tablet saying, Roy, what are you doing? And Roy says, I'm watching the big basics test.
Yeah.
And Clavel says, oh my God, I didn't realize it was happening already. Let's go watch.
Clavel.
So you see them run towards the basics test. Dot thinks that Bellybolt's gonna use Spark, but oh my God. He discharges instead, and Quaxly can't dodge a discharge.
Very good idea. You don't really see a lot of kind of area of effect attacks in Pokemon shows. It's normally a very directed thing, so the fights can be a little more dynamic. But this was real sick.
Yeah, he took over the whole battle circle, just a ball of electricity. Spark, dodge! Oh my God, the views are rising. Everybody like and subscribe. Quaxly, low kick, water gun, Bellybolt, you slack off and heal yourself. Oh my God. Ino tells everybody in the audience to screenshot this moment.
Go on, screenshot it.
Quaxly, use water gun on that slacking Bellybolt. Again. Oh my God, it's no use. He's fully healed. And he uses discharge again. But the electricity goes out. The stream is cut. And Quaxly's playing in a puddle. We get some very, very sick Pokemon music. And Taylor, what does Quaxly do?
First of all,
I suppose Dot. What does Dot tell Quaxly?
When you said Quaxly's playing in a puddle, I thought you were going to say Quaxly's playing a game he can't understand. It is time for Quaxly to awaken his inner cool sick line and terastalize.
Dot's hair is going wild, so you know something serious is happening. Quaxly has terastalized. Ino is very upset she did this when the stream was off, and the viewers didn't get to see it.
That's okay.
Quaxly, low kick, again. And then everybody clambos. Quaxly learns the move Liquidation. And boy, was I excited for this because I use the move Liquidation a lot. So it's good to see my boy using Liquidation.
Very sick move.
He uses Liquidation. He hits Bellybolt. And I think, oh my God, is Bellybolt knocked out? Is Ino not even going to get a chance to terastalize? No, that's not correct at all. I was wrong. Bellybolt's not knocked out. So he fell over for a little bit. He stood back up.
Yep, he's fine.
And now the stream is back on.
Yep.
And now that the stream is back on, Ino can also terastalize. And she says, Bellybolt, it's time to go a-zappin', a-rappin', a-clappin'. He turns into Terestal Bellybolt.
Oh my God.
I'm a little concerned for Quaxly because This is going to be a very strong belly bolt now. He uses discharge. Quaxly uses liquidation. And what proceeds is the biggest giant ball of electricity that no one in a 5-mile radius should be able to survive.
It's a big ol' attack.
It erupts over everything. And Quaxly's Terra breaks and he's knocked out. Dot runs over to him. INO approaches.
I thought you were just going to start crying.
And in front of the whole audience, girls, Dot admits that she had fun. Even with all the goofs, she still had fun. And having fun, we learn, is the most important thing. That's how you razzle them. That's how you dazzle them, by having fun. And because of this, she passes.
Be weird if she failed.
That would be great. Dot, you're better than that. You better try.
She's the only one who had a personal relationship with the person examining her, and she had the 2-part episode with a lot of character development and battle development, and INO's just like, I'm sorry. This isn't going to work.
Actually, that'd be pretty sick. But we see Murdoch. He is crying. He's so proud. We get this adorable scene of Florigato and Fuecoco shaking Quaxly's hand, just congratulating him. Both of his little, what are the wings they call them?
Yeah. Something like
so
that.
Cute.
They're endless at Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's true. Oh, by the way, Mondays and Wednesdays. By the way, Azumarill is in the crowd by Clavel. That's a very important note, so everybody write that down. INO signs off on the stream. Great work, everybody. We got lots of views. We cut back to, again, I believe it's the gym, the Lavencia gym.
Sure.
Inside, Clavel is congratulating Dot. Great work. Honestly, great work to all you kids. You all completed your basics test. I'm proud of all 3 of you. Now that means it's time for you to go back to school, back to classes. Also, I need you guys to catch some wild Pokemon, at least interact with them, and do your reports. Read a book.
I thought that was good. That was a good little addition.
Also, Dot, look, the school, this is Clavel talking, not me. Dot,
yes.
The school needs a new initiative. I'm going to need you to teach me all about how to stream, because we got to stream for the school. It's the only way forward in this future of technology we live in. And then it cuts to even darker. We've got a lot of time skip jumps in this episode, but you would imagine practically midnight, 1 a.m. by the end of the episode. Clavel is asking Dot all about this razzle-dazzle Baeru business as the episode closes, and it says, to be continued. We cut to the seminar. Geese Peep, take it away. All right, guys, the Frito Seminar of the Week. Belly Bolt expands and contracts. Expands and contracts its dynamo stomach to generate electricity. Ooh, very sick. We get a cute video of Belly Bolt doing some little
crunches.
Yeah, some crunches, some squats, doing this with Captain Pikachu, doing it with his tail. And there's a big burst of electricity. Also, Psyduck's there.
Very sick.
Very exciting. Very cool. And that's the end of the episode. What score to give this? How did I feel about part 2 of the Dot Big Basics Test episode?
It's very difficult to judge a part 2 of 2 independently from part 1.
Yeah.
Even though I felt these were very different experiences.
I don't know about this one. I mean, I guess it was a good episode. I feel like, actually, you had some pretty talented people with interesting ideas working on this one, just with the camera work and music and everything.
The sound design is what I would put at the top of the list, along with a lot of the animation and camera work. Because this felt like a movie.
Yeah, even the lighting. The lighting felt like, I don't know if you've seen those comparison images of Pokemon movies versus Pokemon TV show, but just the shadows and the darkness. Like, they did the same thing with Rugrats.
Oh, pretty much every animated film is just 10 steps above the show.
Yeah, the budget is so much more. I completely agree. It did feel more like a movie. Yeah, so I guess you really got to give props to it for that.
They had the Terastal music as well, or they had the
it was sick.
Those moments with Bellybolt and Quaxly fighting, where there was no music at all, and you just kind of were in that battle with no goofball fanfare going on in the background. Those were very sick, and it made the battle feel real important. So it kind of highlighted the importance of what Dot's been going through in her mind, as well as the actual battle itself. Like this one felt important. The other ones felt very matter of fact. Like Roy's was just like, oh yeah, you made a sculpture and now you're gonna do this. Liko's was, oh, you made a cake and now you're gonna do this. You both pass, easy. Dot felt like she actually went through a transformation here.
Yeah, it's a good episode. By all accounts, it should be in the 9s, but I don't know. I don't like to give 9s unless I really feel like I want to give it a 9. Like the whole time I'm thinking, wow, what a great episode. So I guess let's just give it an 8.9 because I know it deserves praise, but for whatever reason, it's just not standing out as some of the most fun. Maybe there weren't enough cute moments in it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not enough sick moments. I mean, learning liquidation's kind of cool, but I'm personally, this is me talking, 8.9. What's Taylor's score of the week?
In addition to what I was already saying, it's just, it hit all the right notes for me, not necessarily from a humor standpoint and a cute standpoint, which is, a very good point, but there did feel like there were stakes. It did feel like there was progress made. You get to see a little Clavel being silly. You get to see Sandwich and Onigiri.
Sandwich.
But they weren't it was kind of a cool interaction because you don't know what they were up to, and then Clavel shows up and sort of just nips that at the bud, which I like. And the battle was so involved. It was really a lot of stages. And it's one of the better battles that I've seen in the show because normally they're over very, very quickly. I'm going to give this one probably a 9.4. I really like this episode a lot.
Very sick. Well, we'll ask Geese next week what she felt about this episode. Hopefully you enjoy it as well. We've now completed the segment of discussing the episode. Time to move on to the next segment, the wrap.
I thought you were going to say disgusting, not discussing. You're like, this disgusting episode.
Everybody.
Good riddance.
Time for the wrap-up. Please, you can find us, Look, Listen, Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Actually, I believe any podcast service, Pocket Cast, they're all on there.
Yeah.
And if you like and comment the YouTube video, it sends it to more people's recommended video feeds. So that's very exciting. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can follow him at twitch.tv/KeithSquared. Taylor?
Thank you, Professor Ticklebits, for the boilerplate. And the website.
Twitch.tv/prov_ticklebit. Thank you to our supporters. You can support us by going to looklistencast.com. There's a link there and on all the podcast services as well. Please recommend this podcast to your friends. You can do that on account of there's no swear words. And I know your friends hate swear words. And
your grandmothers love them. Or love things that don't have swear words.
That's correct.
There you go.
Also, finally, please send questions to looklistencast@gmail.com. This week, Taylor, we're just going to discuss, because we brought up the boneless wings earlier, what is the most food you have ever eaten? And I will give a little honorable mention for us, and I'll link it in the description. That time we ate 170 nuggets. I'll put that.
Oh, yeah.
Link. That's filmed for everyone.
Oh, that was good. That was a lot of food.
Was it 170 or was it more than that? I don't remember. 180?
It minimum, yeah. I think was it 200.
The very easy thing to look up.
No, there's no way.
So Taylor, please tell us the most food you have ever eaten in one sitting.
I was at several honorable mentions here. That gigantic pizza that we ate over by the Edwards Cinema.
Wait, the one we dropped by Brettsy, or the one we?
No. We ate with him there.
Or the one we ate in San Antonio, Lou's Big Pizza with the giant slice, the biggest pizza in Texas.
It was one of those. I think it was in Houston though.
You've beaten eating challenges. You beat the kitchen sink ice cream challenge.
Yes.
In South Pasadena.
Yes.
At the Fair Oaks Pharmacy or whatever.
I still don't know if my picture's on the wall for that with Eric.
Better be.
So The most I ever ate, I actually weighed myself because I was in College Station at a water polo tournament at Texas A&M University. I go to Bennigan's and they had a scale. Yeah, Bennigan's.
I'm laughing already.
So they had a scale and I weigh myself. And I was like, I'm just going to eat so much food because we have like 5 hours between matches and we never had that long in college. So I said, I'm going to eat as much food as I possibly can. Somebody else was paying the bill. So I really wanted to max it out. I go and I eat so much. Liquid plus regular food was 10.5 pounds.
Yeah, that's some good eating challenge.
So it's hard to say because liquid is included in that weight. But I weighed myself before and after, and there was more than a 10-pound difference. And it was just like my stomach has never done that much to digest food.
How many chili cheese dogs did you eat 16. When we got all the James Coney duck cup milk?
It was 16.
You were trying to beat some probably lie of Brad's friend who ate a number of chili cheese dogs. So you were trying to eat more than him.
Very, very like reasonable lie though, if it was.
And then we also ate a bunch of food watching Super Size Me. Morgan Spurlock, rip in peace.
Yep.
He just passed away.
Yep. Have they announced what happened there?
Yeah, he was an alcoholic his whole life, and he had liver damage.
Liver damage, okay.
Or cancer or something.
God.
And then, but on the documentary, he said, no, I don't drink. Your liver looks terrible. And he went, wow, the McDonald's is crazy.
Yeah. It's those fries. It's the canola oil.
That's okay. He sold more McDonald's.
Oh, boy.
It's fine.
The bad thing is, like, I know that was supposed to be a warning, but we did the chili dog thing while watching that, which was very funny. And it just made me eat so much more McDonald's. Because every time he orders something, I'm like, man, that looks good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just can't eat as much as I used to be able to.
Same.
It seemed like a couple extra words in that sentence didn't need.
Nah.
But yeah, I remember eating the San Antonio pizza. Did we ever eat I don't think we ever ate the giant cinnamon roll in San Antonio.
No.
Not that I remember.
Sweets are rough. Sweets just don't, I'm not a big fan. That kitchen sink thing, which fortunately, so it's for those of you who are unfamiliar, it's a 2-person challenge. It's a little over 3 pounds of ice cream. I ate 2 gallons. I ate 2 of those gallons, but that was because Eric couldn't quite eat as much as me at the time. And he pulled in at the last second with such a good save and said, I can't eat any nuts. I have a nut allergy. So they just didn't cover it in peanuts.
That was nice.
Yeah.
At practically any buffet I ever went to, I mean, we really went to town.
Oh, we've done some damage to some Las Vegas
buffets. Yeah.
Even the most recent one.
Yeah, we ate a lot. You ate so many eggs Benedict.
Oh my God.
Many eggs Benedict?
It was 8 so 16 little Benedicts. That's I hadn't thought about it. That's 16 eggs.
Gaston over here.
Oh God.
Well, thank goodness our boy was there to support us, because you're supposed to have like a time limit, and he said, "Nah, you guys."
Oh, he was so sick
because we stayed all through the changeover.
It was almost to dinner.
From brunch. No, we're in dinner from brunch to dinner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
breakfast to dinner, because they don't close the buffet in the middle of it, so you get in for the cheap price, fill up on eggs Benedict, and then get the fancy prime rib at the end for cheaper price.
It was so sick because you were off getting your food, and I said, just to try to be a little, not classy, but a little more discreet about it.
Classy?
Yeah, no classing up that joint with my eggs Benedict portfolio. And I go to the guy and I say, hey, how much, do you know how much time is left on our stay at the buffet here? And he said, oh, don't worry about it. And I was like, that's the sickest man.
Another round of iced coffees, my good man. Okay, guys, we gotta go. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Geese. Say goodbye 4 times. Taylor, say goodbye once.
Say goodbye, Geese.
And then we'll see you all next week with Geese Peep. And who knows what's going to happen next week? Perhaps a Pokemon I enjoy is there. If you watch next time on Pokes, who's to say?
I'm actually pretty excited to find out what they're going to do, because you'd imagine it would have it would be a big step.
What?
Like a big step in the story. Like they did the terastalizing permission, and now they're going to start classes. Or
Well, look, you got to have a few interstitials to work your way towards the next.
That's very true. I guess it's time to find out what Sandwich is up to with her.
Taylor, please say goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company